Good morning. Pretty sad, all these paper towels. It's only enough paper towels for about a week. What is this? 15 rolls. Lasts about a week. We are 13 days out. Oh, morning, Evie. We're 13 days out to taking plastic off. Yeah, that'll probably go you a couple weeks, so don't it? I'm going to show you Captain, the dad. Like you said, he did just eat last night, so I won't have him out for long. But this is Dad. This is Captain. He's a black pastel or black pewter. 100% het for clown. So that's Dad. He's the one with the dog face on him. But we'll put him back. I don't want to really mess with him too much. I know, bud. You're fine. I'll show you Mom, though. That's Captain. That's Dad. This is Mom. Mom's doing good now. You know, she looks way better than she did. It's okay, girl. You're all right. Oh, that bowl makes it heavy on that end, I forget. My coffee's in the way. There we go. This is Mom. I'll bring this over in the light. This is Mama. This is a leopard pastel. 100% het for clown. So, be nice to get super pastel clowns. Or super pastel leopard clowns. That would be fucking super sweet. But we'll have to wait and see what we get. We got 7 good babies, 7 good eggs. Yeah, she is pretty too, and I don't take her out off that often either, and I don't know why. She is beautiful. Oh, she got gorgeous friggin' eyes. She's got clown eyes for not actually being visual clown. She got beautiful eyes. I don't know if they're picking up. Probably not. I'm having a hard time seeing what I'm even shooting myself. But yeah, she's got beautiful, like, clown eyes for not being clown. She's 100% het for clown, but she is. She's gorgeous. She's really a beautiful snake. It's too bad, though, because, I mean, her yellows were so much brighter. You know, this was, like, super bright yellow. And now it's, I don't know, it's almost like a, what do I want to say? She's got some really unique patterns on her too, like right there. You know, she's got really cool pattern. But she used to be yellow, and she's more like a light gold color now. You know, in here, that's like a light gold. It used to be vibrant, bright yellow, and this has turned like to a brown when it was a lot more black looking. You know, she looked like a bumblebee when I first got her. Yeah, it could be the internet here too, Evie. Yeah, she's is really, really pretty, but when I first got her, honestly, she was like stunning beautiful. just because of how yellow she was, and her black was really black. See how this is? You can almost see through the pattern there. Oh, it's all right, girl. Where you can see through the pattern there. It wasn't necessarily like that before. It was all dark, all black, and it's almost like faded. Her colors faded. You know, which all their colors fade. Well, there are some morphs that hold their color a lot better, but no, she's a wicked good girl. She really is. For me, hardly ever taking her out. You know. Oh, hey, Skeeta. But I can't remember. Oh, this was her bye week. She ate last week. She ate that medium rat. But look at her now. Look how much better she looks now compared to, you know. But that's why it's very important to get them right back on food as soon as you can. This girl's eating, but she's still looking skinny. No, yeah, I agree. This girl not looking too bad. She's still looking a little skinny to me. But she's back on food, so and she ate what, the day after laying. The night after laying she ate for me. You know, but like I said, the quicker you can get them out of their enclosure, once they finally lay all their eggs, if you can get them right out of there and not let that egg scent really sink into the rack in their tub, it's a lot easier to get them back on food. And it's because it's a lot easier cleaning that scent out. Because that's all it is. It's just getting that egg scent out of there and get them, not thinking about that. B2B, I don't know what all that is. I have no idea. I don't know all that short terminology crap. LOL. I know that. Fucking. He's back to eating amazing. And he's just settled right in. Before he'd be kind of roamy in that CB70. He likes that. Back to back, laugh out loud. Yes, I gotcha. Thank you, Evie. No, he is. I just wish he didn't have that going on with him. I can't remember when. Oh, it's a bye week for him this week. Oh. I gotta take him out anyway. He soaked his tub. He's such a good dude. He's just got his issues. But he's still a good snake, that's the thing. I mean, as horrible as it looks like it bothers him to be out and all that, if it really bothered him, he'd hiss and he'd get bitey. He's never even bit. He's never hissed. I mean, he's always so good, really. But we're going to set him up here. Set him up there. You guys, you can watch him. See how he acts. I'm going to change his paper towel out. He must have gotten his water bowl because his paper towel's soaked. Yeah. It's soaked. And anybody new that's watching, he's got spider in him. It's not that that's a stressed out snake because he's sitting up there. His issue is he's got spider in him. And he's got the severe issues. The severe spider issues, as some people have said to me. But he eats awesome. But I do have to watch him because he's a little crazy. Come here, my buddy. But he's so good. His temperament is awesome. He eats great. He misses, he misses it sometimes when he goes to strike his food. But not a lot. Oh, you turkey whip. You got to pay attention to him. All right, buddy. Hang on just for a second, please. But see how good he is. I mean, he's not a bad snake. He's really a good snake because even with him doing what he's doing, he's not bitey. He's not hissy. He's still a really good snake. But I don't handle him a whole lot because of the way he acts, You can tell that it's best to just, he's kind of, I do take him out, but I don't take him out for very long. I try to have a little respect for him because I don't like seeing him all in disarray like that. But since I put him into that smaller tub, this one up here, and got him out of the CB70 tub, he just sits in there and relaxes. And that's Thunder. He's my only snake that has any issues because I didn't want anything with spider in it, and he wasn't supposed to have anything spider in him, and it showed up a year later. After I had him, his issues showed up. All right, I've been telling this girl she can come out. This is Storm, and you see how she was right there. She's been wanting to come out. I haven't had these guys out in a week. I've been really busy, and but with that being said, just because I haven't been in here to hold them in a week, let's go through these tubs. And I didn't just go through these tubs this morning. I mean, I didn't go in and clean all these tubs this morning. Obviously, I went through them. Look at this little boob. Oh, I'm sorry. It's all right, bud. See, I scared him a little bit. But he don't care. He knows who Dad is. But look, there's a little food. Proof that obviously I didn't just come through here and clean these out. He just ate the other night. Oh. But yes, I go through all these tubs every morning. And I go through them a few times a day. Hi, buddy. What you doing, Frax? How you doing, Frax? What you doing? I know you want to come out too. You want to come out too? All right. Let's see how many of these fuckers. Like I said, it's because I haven't had a chance really to hold them in a week. So this guy's getting ready to go in the shed. He's all pink on his belly, and look how good he is. Still wants to come out. All right. Let's go through some more tubs. You got to hang on here, Frax. Frax, come on. Be good. Frex is short for freckles. All right, come on, hold on. Look how good she's being. See, She wants to hang out with Dad. She's been wanting to come out. This guy does too. He just doesn't like hanging on. You gotta hang on there, dude. All right, let's go through some more tubs. This is Max. I'll pick his hide up. He just ate too. He just ate the other night. Well, look. See? Oh, I can tell. His face is a little pink. He's getting ready to go in the shed. Apollo. Good. He's not wanting to come out. See? Nice clean tub. Look, he's got his paper towels all fucked up, but look, nice clean tub. Freckles, no. Oh, this turkey. What, you think you want to go back? Yeah. You can go back then, if that's what you want. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. You ain't going back. Look what he's doing. He's coming right back. Alright, come on, Frex. Come on, and get up here. At least he's hanging on. Alright, we went to Lucky. Oh, Ziggy ate last night, so Ziggy can't come out. But there's Ziggy in the back. Ziggy ate last night. And there's Marvin, the strange. Well, I guess he's got some issues. He's not like lightning up here, or thunder rather. He's not thunder weird. He's just always seems like he's food motivated. And then you got lightning. This is lightning. See his blue eyes. You see those blue eyes? He's such a good boy. Ah, nice clean tub, huh? Oh, this girl gonna be ready to come out? No. She's, oh, what are you doing, Dad? Standing there with that camera. But nice clean tub. Oh, this is Storm's tub. There's Corona. Yeah, you don't want no part of Corona there, dude. She'll probably bite you in the face. She won't, Dad, but nice clean tub. Who we got here? We got Tiana. Tiana. Nice clean tub. Vixen. We got Peanuts tub. That's not your tub there, buddy. Freckles. Alright. I'm going to put Frex back. Because, see, his tail's starting to slide down there. He's not really hanging on. He's not hanging on like my other girl here. No, Frex, come on. I know you. Turkey leg. Now you're holding on. Alright, fine. Whatever. Storm, she's such a good girl. She's like, oh, I'll just hang out with my dad. Be happy. Oh, Frax. What do you think, dear Freckles? He's got freckles on his face too. It's so too bad. I really wish the freckles had at least stayed off their faces. But he's got them on his head and near his face, you know, close to his like mouth. Because I guess it's all face, really, right? But it just kind of bums me out. He's such a good boy, though. Look at him. I mean, this is one of the ones that I took in that I got for free. You know, and they hadn't been held a whole lot. I can tell you that. You know, but they were still good. They were still wonderful snakes. I did get a little bump strike from Holly. Holly bump struck me one day, the next day after I got them. But they were in that enclosure, and I opened the door and I reached right towards Holly's face, and it was just he didn't bite me and grab me or anything like that. It was almost like a headbutt, you know, and he was just scared. He didn't know what I was doing. That was my bad for treating him like he had been here all along. And it was the next day after I got them. So, but you see this sweetheart. I would love. I got Thunder, hoping to breed Thunder to her, and get all white snakes, with blue eyes, and I also picked Lightning up to possibly this dude right here. I picked him up, but I don't really. I don't know. What's your take on the purple head? You know, it's I don't even know if it's even really purple anymore. It's almost a gray. You see it? I mean, it's almost a gray head. It was like way more purple before, but now his head's really just like gray, kinda. Not even like really purple. But I didn't. But after I got him, I was like, I don't know. Yeah, that was Capone. He was just hungry. He was hungry, or I startled him. Is all that was. You like that purple gray head? See, I don't know. I see more people say they like the all white snakes, which I do. I like the all white snakes. I really do. They are awesome. You know, and I think all the white snakes. I think all the white snakes. The bells. All are super chill too. Right from get go. This girl was like awesome. Right from get go. When did you eat? When did you eat last, bud? Huh? See, he does. It's like a gray now. It was a lot more purple when he was younger, but he's got those beautiful blue eyes. I don't know if they're picking up. And he's got that dirty. He's got like it looks like a dirty cigarette stain. You know how that cigarette, that yellow looking cigarette stain on a white wall? That's what it looks like down his back. If I could save him, he smokes too much because he's got a dirty fuck. He's got a. Oh, this guy! I gotta change your paper towel out. He must have gotten his bowl too. He just wants to come out and hang out too. Put more paper towels. I'll put new paper towels back in here for you, dude. Yeah, gonna move some up into tubs that size or a little bit bigger coming right up because I gotta make room for the babies in these racks. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. No, bud, you stay in there. Yeah, I just got to get her up to size. She's on mouse. She won't swap over to rats for me. So, and what I need to do is I need to got to get find somebody like Dale or somebody kind of like that breeds their own stuff. Because the extra large mouse that I get from Rodent Pro, they're not very big. And in order to I have to feed her every 7 days because of the size because it's literally about 2 sizes too small. So I feed her every 7 days those mice, but I fucking really need to find somebody that breeds them so I can get what I would actually consider extra large fucking mouse. So right now I don't dare go and feed her anything, you know. I don't dare breed her because I can't find fucking, extra large mouse. Fucking extra large mouse is as big as fucking Rodent Pro goes. And literally, they're not much bigger than their larges, and their larges aren't very fucking big. Oh, you guys want to see this girl? I'll show you how irritated fucking, why you shouldn't hold them when they're in blue. Yeah, you could breed mice. There's lots of people do them, but see, she's right in blue. Fucking, she's all discolored. She's all discolored and such. And look, you see, she's not even trying to get away. She knows what's going to happen. She can't see a lick. You see her blue eyes? And look, you're not going to see her act any different than she normally acts when I first take her out. And it's just because I've never given her a reason to worry about me, whether she's in blue, can't see. No, they're not. No, and honestly, it won't be long and you'll be feeding mediums to yours. Because, I mean, Apollo is gone through a wicked growth spurt right now. I mean, wicked growth spurt. Oh yeah, look at how much more iridescent she throws really when she's in shed really. You'd think it'd be the opposite, but I think it's because of her dull skin. It catches more light. But look, she's definitely. I mean, come on, girl, lift your head back up. I want you to show those blue eyes. Show how blue they are. There you go. Can you see them right there? You see that, Evie? Her eyes are definitely, I mean, solid blue. I just like showing her iridescence off because they are so much better when they're in shed for some reason. And I just think it's the dull skin or something that catches more light. She seems stressed out to you. You touch her. She didn't flinch. No. I'm not saying everybody should take their snakes out when they're in blue, but when they don't ever act defensive, I don't really see a reason why you can't hold them while they're in blue. She's not worried about anything. She's really kind of acting. If anything, I almost think she's acting more chill than some of the times when I actually take her out. I mean, you know. My boy is big. I'm going to weigh them all this week. This weekend I got a brand new scale. Cool. You didn't like that? You don't like that vivarium scale? Yeah, look at Apollo. I mean, Paulo's gone through a wicked growth spurt. This dude. Oh. He's already on small rats. He's beautiful too. I love him. We got a chance that second clutch is going to probably have at least one of him in there, or a girl. Could be a female or a male, but there's a real good chance that I'll get another one of these out of the second clutch. But yeah, he's gone through a wicked growth spurt. I mean, Christ, he's gotten big. When we were cleaning him last night, I told the wife that. I said, holy shit, he's gotten big. Because he stretched straight out for her last night, fucking in between her hands, between her two hands, and I was like, holy shit, Christ, he looks like he's like that long. You know, he's probably 3 feet long now. Well, no, wicked stress, see. She's such a good girl. But because I do respect her, but oh, I love that. I love when her iridescents show up. Oh, that's fine. But I'm gonna put her back because I do like to show them respect, and you know. And because I don't go and keep them out too fucking long if they're in fucking shed, and I know what their normal demeanor is. If she was like all over the place, which she's not, if she was all over the place, I would have took her out for just a couple seconds and showed everybody her, and then I would have put her back. But she really don't care. Ooh. I mean, it's not her most favorite thing. I will fucking admit that. She wouldn't have voluntarily came out. You know, I just want to give her some fresh water. Looks like she might have been laying in it. They lay in it. It gets like a cloudy color. I don't know if it's something from their scales, but you can always tell whether a snake's been soaking in its water bowl or not, because like I said, it'll get. When did I feed Feisty? Foxy rather. Foxy eats this week. No, Foxy's already ate, so I just fed her Monday. My wife 2 nights ago, not last night, but the night before last, this girl Raven came out and had her head sitting right there. And my wife always likes to walk up because my wife does like Raven. She doesn't like hate her. She's just scared of her, kind of. You know. And so anyway, Raven was out doing her normal thing that she normally does, the way she normally does. It's okay, girl. And sitting there with her head right there. And I told my wife, I said, look, you can go ahead and pet her if you want. And my wife was like, yeah, right. And I go, no, I'm telling you, it's 10 o'clock. She's not worried about, you know, she's not thinking that there's food or anything like that. It's raining here, Skeeta. It's raining here. So my wife got the gumption and actually did. She went and reached in and she pat her, and Raven didn't even flinch. And my wife was standing right there, kept patting her and patting her, and I was watching Raven's demeanor. I was watching her body language, and her body was nice and relaxed. She wasn't getting all you know, when they get stressed or uncomfortable, they'll all tense up. And I could see she was nice and relaxed. She wasn't tense at all. You know, she was like being awesome, and my wife's just sitting there patting her. And so last night, the same, because it's the same ritual every night. When I open her tub up, she's right here, and she comes like, not like flying out, but she pops her head right out, like pops it right out, and then we'll sit with her head right here on the tub. And I let her watch me. I go through all the tubs and I clean tubs with her tub open that far, so she can watch me, and see that I can move around in here and I'm absolutely no threat. I pull tubs out, I walk by her with a tub, I'm right here watering or checking on these tubs with her head right there. I mean, she could strike me all at any point. I give her way more respect probably than I should, because I mean, eventually I could end up getting bit, but I doubt it. I've had her for Christ 4.5 years now, and she's never even come close to trying to bite me. What's going on, Evan? So, but I'm getting my wife more and more comfortable with her, because I'll be honest, if anything happens to me, I don't want this girl leaving. I want my wife to keep her. I do. I want my wife to keep her, because honestly, my wife has seen how I am with her and how I do everything with her. And I'm telling you, if she just went to somebody else that doesn't really know, body language and all that, and on top of that, I'm so afraid that somebody would mistreat her. So and she really deserves better than that, because it took a lot to get her to this point where she doesn't cock her head around when I touch her in her tub. And I mean, her head was on a swivel when I first got her, and anytime I touch her, her head would come right up and she'd spin and stare at my hand like she was getting ready to bite me. But I didn't pull away. I just kept gently stroking her, and she got to the realization that I was no threat. And that's how I basically got with her, is every time I opened her tub up, I would always just go and I would give her a couple strokes, and then close her up. But I did it with all my snakes. It wasn't just her. It wasn't like I did something special with her. It was just, I got her used to my touch and realizing my touch doesn't hurt in any way, and it's not in any way any threat whatsoever in my touch. It was always nice and gentle, and I always went nice and slow. And I understand a lot of people say, oh, you need to go in and out real quick. That's the best way to do it. I wouldn't necessarily say quick, but you want to do it in a nice, slow, one motion in, don't grab them. I don't mean grab them and then get them out, but get them in your hands. Get your hands up underneath their body. Don't pick them up like from the sides. Get underneath and pick them up. That's the best way. And then it's non-threatening. You grab a hold of them, and that's kind of threatening. When somebody grabs a hold of your arm, or it feels threatening. Well, it's the same way with a snake. They much rather have you pick them up and hold them from underneath. Once you get them to this point, yes, she don't give a fuck if I grab a hold of her. See, I'm grabbing a hold over the top of her, and it doesn't bother her. But I'm telling you, in the fucking beginning, if I had fucking treated her like that and just grabbed over her and picked her up, like a grappling hook, I would have ended up getting fucking bit, because that feels threatening when you grab them over. It's best to get underneath and then lift them up and have, and be supporting them, not like a grapple, because it's threatening. It feels threatening to them in the beginning, So, but the biggest thing is just getting them used to your touch. Once they get used to your touch and your touch isn't, doesn't trigger anything. You know, everything's downhill after that. And you just gotta watch them. You gotta know, know when to hold, know when to put them back. You know. There you go, girl. You won't go back. You gotta go in though. Can't tell if she's going in or tub. Nope. There we go. Good girl. Good girl. She's thinking about it. See how nice and slow she's going? No. If she found me threatening in any way or something that she had to worry about, trust me, she would be flying in this tub. I mean, literally flying in her tub. And you see how slow she's going back? Hopefully she is going back, right? Yeah, she's going back. But you see how slow she's going? It's because she's not worried about me. Oh, she's sliding. She feels herself sliding, and she don't like that. She's starting to slide down over my shoulder. That's why she tensed up like that. It's not because, Look how slow she goes. I mean, most people that have been around snakes know if a snake isn't comfortable with you, this is not the normal going back in their enclosure. They're normally flying. They'll fly back in their enclosure. They can't get away from you fast enough. And look, she's still got my shoulder. And I don't walk away from her. I let her do her thing. Because I don't want her to think that I'm going to run away from her like I'm uncomfortable, because I'm not uncomfortable. But look at that tail. She's got like a 2-foot long tail. Eggs are great. 13 days away from taking plastic off the first clutch, and then it's 5 to 10 days and I'll have my first pip, and then after that fucking I'll cut the rest of the eggs once I get a pip or two. So we're close. We're about 3 weeks away from having eggs, having babies rather. Well, yeah, it only takes 65 days once they lay. 55 to 65 days. Again, from hatch. But it's fucking, honestly, normally what fucking seems to take the longest is them laying. A lot of people think that their snakes are in ovulation when they actually aren't. Look, she's still fucking just hanging. Fucking. See, I don't force her in there. I don't fucking, I just let her go back on her own as slow as she wants. Like I say, it's fucking good for her to see that I can move around and be doing all this shit, and I'm absolutely no threat to her. Especially with her. That's why I like letting her. I'll go through this whole rack, and then open her up last, so that way, because I don't want to be opening her up and then be messing with the racks up above her or below her, and take a chance that I do something that freaks her out and she comes out and bites me. So I pull her out last in that rack, but I'll do this whole all the rest of these snakes while she's sitting there watching me. And she watches me every night. And I just turn the fucking squirter upside down like this. And I squirt up in the air. And when it comes down and touches her on top of her head, she pulls her head back in her tub. And I close it up. It seemed like the easiest and best way to get her back without her feeling threatened. You know what I mean? So I just squirt a little water up in the air and it comes down, hits her on her head, she pulls her head in, and then I close her tub up. That's our routine every night. It's been like that for Christ, over a year. I've been doing that honestly for seems like forever with her. Just letting her see that, you know, I can walk around, I can do whatever, and you know, she gets to sit there and see what's going on. We got some deforming going on the first clutch, which is normal. You see how wrinkly the eggs are? At least that first one. And the other eggs over there are beautiful still. They won't start wrinkling up till you get real close to. But they all do that. They all get wrinkly, but you see how nice and white they are, no mold. You can't beat fucking the old fucking distilled water. She's still right there. Her tail's still right there. She might jump if I touch her tail. Let's see. No, sir. Got no reaction. Huh? No reaction whatsoever. Oh, we did get a reaction. She pulled her head out. See? There's her head right there beside her tail. Maybe she came out to say, ooh, what the hell's that? But she didn't pull her tail in. I didn't really get what I would consider a bad reaction. She's great. She really is. My wife reached straight in and patted her the other night. My wife doesn't normally. My wife's never just reached in and pat her. My wife's never even reached in and took her out yet. I normally take her out and pass it to her. She's only held her maybe 5-6 times now in the 4.5 years I've had her. But the wife reached straight in and patted her the other night. Fucking, and Raven never even flinched, never even moved. And I told my wife, I said, oh, you can reach in and pat her. And she was like, yeah, right. And I said, no, go ahead. And she did. She reached in and Raven fucking never even moved her head. She had her head rested up here. My wife reached straight in and was patting her and kept patting her. And to the point where I was like, geez, you know, I don't know. If you keep patting her, it might not fucking end so well. But she just kept patting her. And I said, fuck it. I'm just, you know, Raven. I watched Raven. Raven was nice and relaxed. Her body, I could tell she was nice and relaxed. She wasn't all fucking, you know, tense or anything like that. So I just told my wife, go for it, you know. Just watch her body language, I told her. And I said, watch, you know, how she reacts with her head. And it went fine. It was awesome. It was awesome sauce to see it. Hey, big girl. See, see where her head is? Her fucking head is about 2 inches from my thumb. Yeah, you'll find that pretty much they'll stay on the same schedule. No, pretty much that's the way my snakes are too. All my snakes, when one starts shedding, the rest of my collection's going to shed, and within 2-3 weeks of each other. But I have a lot of snakes that are all in the same time. That's why I've got these. My dude's gone through a wicked growth spurt. I was showing Evie fucking earlier. Paulo's gotten fucking really long. Fucking, he's gotten fucking super long, fucking quick like. Christ, he's got to be 3 feet long now. Fucking. The second clutch, I have more of these guys coming. Because he came from the mother of the second clutch, and I paired him with the same males, same females. Same female, rather. So I got chance of more inchy clowns. Het for albino. she's such a sweetheart. These boas are great. Where'd you go, Evie? Yeah, 13 days away from taking the plastic off the first clutch, and then it's fucking 5 to 10 days after that. Fucking, I'll have babies. We'll have babies again. Yeah, it's this female. That female's the mom. Lepra. Leopard pastel. 100% het for clown. To black pewter. 100% het clown. Oh, you spilled your water again, dude? I hope not. Just changed him. I don't really have anything new to talk about. Is leper beefing up a little? Yeah, leper's back to fucking almost looking normal. I just had her out earlier. Yeah, you almost wouldn't know. You almost wouldn't even know. Well, she looks fucking great. Oh, okay. Well, it said that I only had 2 people in here, so I was like, in my TV, they're counting one of these people as my TV in here. So, there's only 3 of you. But, yeah, this is Leper, and see how much nicer she looks. She looks fucking awesome now. She's back to eating, fucking never refuses again. She never refused before. That's how I knew for sure there was something going on with her. Because in the 5 years that I've had her, she's never refused a fucking meal until after I started pairing her. So it was evident that, you know, she was definitely... No, and here's the other girl. The other girl ate the night after laying. This girl, she looks 100% better too. She's not like 100% back, but she looks way better than she did. Way better than she did fucking right after laying them. That's for damn sure. But she took a fucking nice big fat rat. Because normally I go try feeding a small rat first. I started right out with a medium rat for her because she's another female that never refuses. Has never refused other than when I fucking started pairing her before, and it was because she ended up having eggs. I'll let this girl go back. Oh, she came back up around. Come here, girl. Come here, Dad will help. Dad will help. I'll help put you back. Here. Here. Come on, girl. Where are you? Where are you? How are we going to get you off me? I got to figure out where she is. Okay, we got to go this way. We got to go this way. We got to figure out which way to untwist her. I got you, girl. You're all right. You're all right. You're all right. She's starting to slide, and she grabbed her hold of my arm because she felt like she was sliding. I know you want to go back. That was your own doing, girl. Well, you can let go of my arm now. Look at that. You can let go of my arm now. Yeah, see how nice and slow even she'll go back? But see, she'll actually go back right in the back on her own. Get this camera. That way you can see. Look how nice and slow. And when I first got her, she didn't go back this slow. She was another one of those girls. As soon as she hit the tub, she'd go flying into the back of the tub where it would almost slam the tub shut. You know what I mean? With so much force, the fucking tub would actually close up some. And look at her now. You know, Look how slow she goes. That's how you know how fucking how well your snakes are taking your interactions is when you put them back and they go nice and slow. They're not like running right back in their enclosure. You almost want them to fight you. You know, you almost want to fucking see them actually like pull their fucking head away like they don't want to go back because they're just that comfortable with you. You know, that's what it tells me anyway. Peanut just ate last night. We'll take me and the wife call her say she feels like fluff because she's like so squishy. Like all my other snakes, they got like they feel like they got way more like muscle tone and shit. She feels fluffy, like, and she eats great, looks great, but I don't know, she almost feels squishy, like fluffy. You know what I mean? My wife said it the other night because she went to the bathroom. My wife goes, Jesus. She goes, you almost feel like fluffy, like, soft. Like, you know. And she's the only one out of all the snakes that I have that, and I just think it's that she's that relaxed. When you take her out, she's not, tense in any way. She's never like ridged up or anything because she's she's just so soft and in it, squishy. She's squishy. Wife said that last night. She goes, "Man, you're so squishy." And she is a albino, pastel albino. I mean, not pastel, fucking an albino pied. Sorry, I do know what I'm talking about. Lucky, oh, he just ate two last night. Yeah, no, I know, fucking, it's weird, but she is. She's like never. Even my other snakes aren't like rigid, but they got they feel girthy. They don't. When you put your fingers in them, they don't just. They're not squishy. She is like squishy, and she's been squishy. I've had her over a year now, but she was like, she's always been squishy. It's weird. Here's Brandy. Brandy and her big old head. She is a chunk monster. Yeah, she's going on lodge rats here coming up. Either that or I'll have to feed her fucking mediums every 2 weeks. I'd rather go fucking feed her lodges and go 3 weeks in between. We'll take Cleo out. This is Brandy. Cleo just shed. So she's looking marvelous too. And she's so much better with me than she was with the people I got her from. Because, like you said, when I first got there, she had fucking hissed for her first time ever. But Cleo just shed. You see difference in the size of fucking heads? If I can get them fucking both in the same frame. I still love the color difference. See the color difference? Brandy's like tanner. Her browns are tanner and lighter than Cleo's. Cleo's are dark. No, she's already went. She went like 2 days ago. Fuck no. She's not gonna poop. She's not gonna poop. She's just a big girl. So ain't Cleo. Cleo's a big girl too. Fucking. They're just big girls, man. No, if she was gonna poo, she'd have a big old knot here at the bottom. See how thin she is? Because if you've ever seen it, they'll get from here on will be fucking huge when they have to shit. It doesn't come down narrow like that. No, she's not chunky. That ain't chunky at all. You think that's chunky? Fuck no. That ain't chunky. Either is she. No, I'm telling you, they'd be fucking looking like fucking a roll of sausage, a sausage roll, right at the base of their tail. This girl especially, she will get so fat, like big around. You see how narrow she is, all the way up to here. Fuck no, this all would be fucking huge. She'd be fucking right from here would be like this fucking big around. Yeah, no, that's the thing. If their tails curled up a little bit, it might look a little fucking fatter there. But no, she definitely not. She definitely don't have to go poop. Because this girl does. She will be super round right here. And it'll be fucking fat all the way up. She'll be the same size all the way to her tail. And you can see there, she's definitely not. Definitely not. But she's a good girl. But she's about ready to fucking start eating large rats, though. Which by rights, probably with Rodent Pro, are probably fucking what most people consider medium rats. But the Rodent Pro medium rats aren't fucking. She's like a size and a half bigger than the mediums now. Yeah, Christ, she could eat this size. This looks like a fucking river rat. She could eat this size now. I mean, that to me is a fucking, definitely a large rat to an extra large rat, but she could eat that easily. This one. Well, I got a couple fucking, I don't know, these ones look like fucking river rats to me. But I got those from the local pet store. But they were way too big when I first got them. I got them for fucking Cleo and they were like fucking a size and a half bigger than Cleo was big around. So, but yeah, fucking, but if I feed that size, it'd be a month to longer before I would feed again. Here's Blaze. Dad number 2. Dad number 2. He's a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Yeah, Magnum just ate. I just fed a bunch of them. Foxy just ate, so I can't take her out. I just had Raven out, Freckles. I had Freckles out. I had Storm out. Marvin, he's just strange. When did I feed Marvin? Marvin ate last Wednesday. Marvin, buddy. Don't you look at my hand like it's food, because it's not, buddy. Because it's not. Here's Marvin. See that little Marvin the Martian on his head? I don't know if you can see it very good. But look, he's got a really cool pattern. He's a really cool and beautiful snake. He just acts fucking weird. He's got cool ass eyes too. Hopefully I can show them to you. Look at his eyes. It's awesome because most of my snakes have really beautiful eyes, to tell you the truth. Don't you be looking like you want to fucking bite my wrist again. He bit me shortly, a couple days after I got him. And he was doing kind of the same thing, kind of sniffing at my hand, and then all of a sudden latched right onto my thumb or something. I can't even remember what it was. But he latched onto something of mine, and he commenced to fucking wrapping my hand right up. But he has got a wicked food response. He opened his tub up around in between 7:30 and 8:30, and he is looking for food big time. When did Sonny eat? Sonny ate. Oh, Saturday. What's today? Today Monday? No, today's Tuesday, ain't it? Tuesday. Gypsy won't come out. Let's take Gypsy out. I know, girl. There's Romeo and hello. Trying to think of the other one's name. That's Romeo's mom. Romeo. Who was the other one? Oh, no, it wasn't. Who? I can't fucking remember. Isn't that fucking horrible? But Evie, this is mom to Romeo, and I can't remember the other one. Give me a minute and they'll come to me. I'm trying to think of what her name was. Isn't that horrible? And I was planning on keeping her. And I can't even remember what her name was. But this is mom to Romeo and Peanut and oh my god, I can't fucking believe I can't remember. This is Gypsy. Phoenix, yes, that's right, Phoenix and Romeo. Fuck yeah, and this is Phoenix, Romeo, and Peanut's mom. Gypsy. She is a firefly. Yes, Romeo and Phoenix. I can't believe I fucking couldn't remember I could remember Phoenix's name last time and I couldn't remember Romeo's. Fucking, I'm telling you, my fucking brain is just, I can't remember anything. She is really pretty, but this is a girl too. She was one of those snakes that I was talking about when I first got her. Touch her and she would fucking go flying to like a different side of the tub. She, you know what I mean? She was like so scared. And then when, but she was always good once you got her out. She would calm right down, and she was great. Never mean or acting like defensive once you had her out. But when you go to put her back, she would fucking slam that tub. She was one of the first snakes that I ever saw do that. That literally you just go and put her in her tub like I'm gonna do right now. And literally, she would go so fast that she would make the fucking tub slide back into the rack. She was just, You know, she was just so scared. You know, but as scared as she was, she's never hissed. She's never been defensive. I mean, I'm telling you, I, to me, a snake's gonna have a ball python has to have a pretty traumatic experience with somebody for them to be like, you know, angry defensive. You know, like bitey and now watch how fucking he dropped her tail before. Just dropping her tail like that herself, she would have gone flying back in there. And watch, she's watching me. She's actually watching me. But look how slow she's going. And she never went, you know, she when I first got her, she would go slamming in there. So wouldn't Roxy, my Dumeral's Boa, both of them. You know, if I touched her right now, she'd probably go flying in there because fucking, you know, I don't mess with her once she's in there. She was actually thinking about coming back out. See, if I touch her, I don't know what she'll do. Really, not a whole lot. Actually, I'm surprised because I don't normally do that with her because she is, you know, because she was so scared. You know, I wouldn't hold her while she's in shed. You know, I will say that I wouldn't hold her while she's in shed just because I know, yes, she's fine now, but it wouldn't take probably a whole lot to set her to where she'd go back to kind of her self when I first got her. I don't want to do anything that makes her, you know, that puts her off to where she starts degressing. I think it is. Mean go back to her original ways. This girl's getting big, aren't ya? Aren't you, girl? Come on, you can come out and say hi. Come out and say hi. Come out and say hi. I would have loved to have gotten eggs out of this girl before I decided to quit breeding, but it didn't happen. But I was trying to get albino pieds because she's 100% het for albino. She's a pied, 100% het for albino, and she's a good chunky girl. She's definitely she's size enough to start breeding. But it didn't take, and I've got an albino pied now, female, so there's no, if I was going to do anything, I'd breed my visual albino pied. You know, she's 100% het for albino, but I get a lot of better odds if I use visual, you know, to get visual albino pieds. But I don't really care about that. I would like to have clown pieds, though. Clown pieds would have been fucking pretty cool to get into. But these girls all grow at different rates. Some grow fast, some grow slow. You know, this was a girl that in the beginning didn't grow that fast. She ate good, but she just didn't, you know, she didn't put any size on. She's 5 years old now. Oh, this girl's 5 years old. And she's finally up to the size that, you know, I wouldn't have a problem breeding her if I wanted to fucking breed. You know, if I wanted to breed her, if she's of size, I'd have no problem breeding her. But my breeding days are over. I got 2 clutches in the incubator, and those have already been my last 2 clutches ever. Well, things would have to fucking change. Well, but keep trying to get in my mouth. You like the smell of that? That blueberry? But I'll be in a good situation. I'll be sitting really good, though, if the fucking things do turn around and I decide that I want to breed again, because I'm not getting rid of my snakes. I'm keeping my snakes. I'm not just keeping a few. I've got 33 snakes that are going to be here forever. You know, or until something happens to me. If something happens to me, my wife's going to have to get rid of some. But my wife's also planning on keeping a few. If you ask my wife which snake she could that she'd get rid of, I guarantee a Corona would be one of them. Just because the Corona's bitten her a couple times. Corona's never bit me, but she's bitten my wife a couple times, and one time was just a weird bite. I was holding her and passed her to my wife, and she grabbed right a hold of my wife's hand and commenced to act like it was food. And my wife hadn't handled any food, and like I said, I was handling her. I was sitting there holding her. I had held her for 30, 30 seconds to a minute, and then told my wife, watch out, don't let her bite you. And I was just kidding. She didn't even look like she was going to bite her. And as soon as I fucking handed her to her, she fucking reached out and bit my wife like she understood what I said. It was weird because, like I said, my wife doesn't handle rodents. We don't have cats, and my wife hadn't handled anything. She had just washed her hands because she knew we was coming in here to handle snakes. So she had washed hands and everything, and it was at 10 o'clock at night when Corona knows that I don't feed. You know, it was just weird. I was just kidding when I said, oh, don't let her bite you, and she reached straight out and bit my wife. Like she understood what I said. It was fucked up. Put it that way. It was really fucked up. But this is Electra. And I love her low white pieds. Yeah, I like the low white pieds myself. I don't like the heavy whites. If I was going to get a heavy white pied, I'd just get an all white snake. You know what I mean? I like when they have blotches here and there, you know, like fucking down her sides here. You can see the pied coming through, you know. And then obviously this is all white there, but it's nice. I like to see the breakup. You know, and see how her sides are beautiful. She's got that nice white, you know, down her sides. And she got those outlets, looks like plugins. Minus the, oh, actually it's down here. Oh, sorry. Looks like outlets. Minus it doesn't have the ground hole. No ground hole, but it looks like outlet. She's trying to get in my mouth or something. Crazy girl. All right, girl. Yeah, Dad, put you back. But yeah, I haven't actually had any of these snakes out to actually hold in over a week. Gotten busy here, and between being busy and then riding, and obviously you could tell I got raccoon eyes from my sunglasses. Because my sunglasses obviously work pretty good. Keeping the sun out. Capone just ate. Caesar just ate. I just had those two out. I guess that's about it. I had Aurora out. I had everybody out pretty much that I could have out that hasn't eaten. So... anybody got anything they want to talk about? I don't really have a whole lot to... I don't really want to mess with eggs. You know, I am going to fucking... at day 50 when I take plastic off, I am going to shoot either a live or I'll shoot a video of it. You know, so that way you guys can see. Because you can see when I first... even the last time that I showed the eggs in my live, you'll see that they are not perfect looking now. Now they're starting to go and fucking wrinkle and deform and all that, but that's totally normal. Totally normal. It's not a big deal. They all do that towards the end. You don't really want to see that in the beginning, but towards the end it's normal. You know, because the eggs are actually the shell's softening up even more. Because I should have said that too. These eggs, when they spit them out, never get hard like an actual chicken egg or anything like that. They stay like leather. You know what I mean? They're like a leather, and it's thick. You could tell they're a thick fucking egg. You know what I mean? It's like a thick leather. And as they get, mature, that leather gets more pliable and softer and all that as it gets closer to hatching, or you know what I mean? Yeah, hatching, I guess, because anything coming out of an egg hatches. So the closer they get to hatching, the egg itself starts softening. You know, so. But when I take that plastic off, a lot of moisture is going to come out of that tub and start filling up. The whole inside of that incubator is going to get really fucking humid. It'll get up to probably, I don't know, 90%, 85, 90% humidity inside that. And right now, what we got 54% humidity inside that. See, it actually says it's 90. That's actually higher than it's supposed to be. It normally is right about 89. But it's warmer today. So I'll fix that. I won't mess with the temperature. All I got to do is just move the blanket back some. Move the blanket back, and that will... Because I blanket it. Especially in the wintertime, I always have a blanket on it. It keeps the temperature regulated better. Because normally it's like 89.4 to 89.8. It's not normally 90 degrees in there because I set it for 89. But because I got the extra light on in here, and the AC's not running today because it's humidity is low. It's been low for about 2 days now here. So humidity finally dropped. So it's actually been nice. So I've been riding the last few days. Because 90 degrees and really humid, like fucking 90% humidity is way too hot. You know, it's nice while you're riding, but as soon as you stop to take a smoke break or whatever, fucking Christ, that day that it was 90 and my buddy goes, oh, let's go for a ride. I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, but I hadn't gone so long. So I was like, yeah, all right, I'll go. And it was fine when we were going. But as soon as we stopped to fucking smoke a joint, literally as soon as I get off my bike, the fucking back of my head literally would start dripping. I had fucking sweat running off the back of my fucking head every time we stopped. And I was just like, and that was in the shade. And I was just like, it's just too that's too hot. You know, if you can't stop... You know, and we were down by the water when we stopped there too. I mean, so it's not like, oh, we were out in the middle of a field and stopped and that's why we were hot. Fuck no. We were in the shade down by the water and it was still fucking hot. We went to New Hampshire that day, hit the Kangamangas Highway. Yeah, and it was just too fucking hot. And then he wanted to go for a ride the next day, but he never fucking called me because he realized too. It was just too fucking hot that day. Yeah, see, we're down to 89.8 now on the gauge. But you see those eggs wrinkle? See that wrinkly old egg? The other ones over there, I don't know if you probably can't tell, but the other ones in the other side are perfect. Just like those were in the beginning. Those were perfect right up till probably, I don't know, what, a week ago? They started wrinkling. So it's been about a week now that the first clutches started wrinkling. Like I said, we're 13 days out from taking the plastic off, and after that, it's basically 5 to 10 days. They should have a pip within 5 to 10 days. I've had my first clutch pipped in less than 55 days, though. So literally, it's within a few days of taking the plastic off, you could get a pip to 65 days. But normally, if you ain't got any pips by day 65, everybody's cutting eggs by then. But normally you'll always get at least one pit before day 65. So it's normally right around day 55 for me. You know, I had one that was like day 53, I think. I had my first pit, and I waited to cut that clutch until after day 55 because I don't cut anything until day 55 or after. You know, so but that's what we're waiting for now. Waiting for the 13th day to arrive, and which is August 4th. August 4th. Look for a video. I can tell you exactly what day I will be shooting a video because I'm going to shoot a video when I take the plastic off, show how, you know, deformed the eggs are and all that. Because like I said, I do plan on filming the whole fucking thing of, you know, eggs from the beginning to the end. But like I said, in the middle, even in the beginning, there's not a whole lot. In the beginning, you're just pairing them and keep pairing them and keep pairing them, you know, and wait for the female to go off food when, you know. But if it's a female that normally goes off food, you can't count on that. But with my two females, they had never refused meals other than when I was breeding them. So, you know, it was evident to me when they went off food that fucking probably something was going on, something happened. Now we got to wait for the ovulation. You know, and then you see them get swollen up in like this middle of them, not like a shit. You know, not all the way to the fucking tail. They're big around. It's like right in the middle of them. They'll get a big swell. You know, but some snakes, it's not real easy to tell. The underweighted snakes, the ones that don't have a lot of weight on them, fucking tend to fucking be able to fucking see it better. But you get, you know, a snake that's 2,000 grams or bigger, the swell is not going to be as visible on them because they are a bigger round snake. But your thinner snakes, you're going to be able to see that, which the thin snakes fucking are too thin. As far as I'm concerned, if it's a definite fucking, you know, on a small snake, if it's a definite fucking ovulation, it tells me that the snake's probably too little. They shouldn't have fucking even been bred yet. If it's like so evident in a smaller round snake, because I mean, Christ, my fucking eggs were this fucking big around. They were twice the size of a chicken egg. You know what I mean? Fucking that's why I did the visual of a chicken egg and snake eggs. Because everybody, I think, assumes that, and I assumed that they were a lot smaller. I didn't literally know that they were exact same size as that fucking snake is just before they lay. They're going to lay that size fucking egg as big around as they are. I don't know how the hell they have room for those eggs in there. I mean, that girl had 7 freaking eggs in her. You know, and Feisty gave me 6 eggs again. I got 6 good eggs out of her the first time, and she gave me 6 good eggs again the second clutch. And Leper is a first time mom, and she gave me 7 fucking perfect eggs for a first time mom. And Duchess was a first time mom, and I got 4 duds, 4 slugs, and I got 4 good eggs from her first clutch. I didn't do any more with her. I'm not going to breed her. I'm not doing any more breeding probably, period. I'm going to get through these 2 clutches and sell all the babies off. Most of these babies, if not all of them, will be for sale. So, and they will go cheap because I just really want to find good homes for them. I don't care about making a bunch of money. I don't even care if they're worth $500 or more off market. They'll be sold for a couple $100 still. You know, I'm not like giving them away, but compared to what their going prices on off market, I'm going to be giving them away compared to what they actually go for on off market. But yes, I am going to get something for them because I got to take care of the fucking snakes I got. So I'm going to use that money to put back into my snakes and maintain what I got. So, but that's the plan here. But anyway, fucking, so to get back to that, there isn't a whole lot that goes on with the whole incubation and all that. There's nothing to do. Once you put them in the incubator, the eggs in there, you leave them alone till day 50. And then you take the press and seal off and then put them back in the incubator and wait for a pip. You know, and if it's day 55 or after, then once you get a pip, then I cut the rest of my eggs. You know, I don't take snakes out. You don't take snakes out once you cut them. All you're doing is cutting them to make sure that they can get out of the egg when they're ready. But you let the snakes come out of the eggs on their own. And even after I cut them, they'll go right back in the incubator, and they'll stay in the incubator till they actually have their first shed. They come out of the egg and then have their first shed. And then once they have their first shed, then I take them out, I clean them off, I put them in, clean water to get any goop and crap off them, any nastiness off them. And then they'll go into into a tub in the rack. And then normally it's within 2 to 3 days after they go into the rack, I'll offer them food. They don't get their first meal until after they have their first shed. And then pretty much you're feeding them like every 4 to 5 days, babies when they first come out. But a lot of people will wait a whole week after they shed. I don't do that. I like offering early. Yeah, I'd rather offer them early and have them refuse than wait a week, because most of my fucking babies ate within 2 to 3 days after fucking being put in the rack. And they ate fucking frozen thawed. I only had one fucking clutch that I actually fed fucking live to in the beginning. The other 2 clutches were all frozen thawed. And they all ate within 2 to 3 days of fucking being put in the rack. So I'd rather offer early and have them refuse than offer later when they might have ate earlier. You know what I mean? Get them on food, whether it's a female after laying or after a baby has its first shed. Get them eating as soon as you can. Ain't gonna hurt to offer them food earlier, than fucking a week to fucking, 2 weeks after they have that first shed. Fuck no. I'd rather offer food and have them refuse it than wait a week and go the whole week geez, would that snake have eaten already? Should I have offered it already and already felt good and been like, yeah, it already ate? No, now I'm a week later worried and hoping that a baby eats. You know what I mean? I'd rather offer in the beginning and get it right out of the way. Do I need to worry? And it's not really a worry. What it means is it could mean that I'm going to have to fucking assist feed for a couple meals, but it's really not that big a deal with a baby. The babies, to me, are a lot easier to get to assist feed than, which I've never assist fed an adult snake or even a juvenile snake, honestly. But Phoenix, I did have to fucking assist feed Phoenix like her first 3 meals. Once I got it in her mouth, she never spit it out, but I had to get the head of it, into the back of her throat and then, clamp her jaws down on it so that way her teeth actually went into the prey. And then I just closed her up and she did the rest on her own. But the initial taking food she didn't want to take. And I swear to God, it's because she was just so chill. It was like she didn't want to strike at anything. You know what I mean? It was like, it wasn't that she didn't want to eat. It was just, it was like she didn't want to strike. I don't want to bite anything. You know what I mean? I don't have it in me to bite anything. But then after those 3 meals, then she took it on her own. She knew exactly what to do with it when I showed it to her. And you see Evie, she awesome eater. Awesome eater. Who was it? We called her C. Actually, it was Twitch. Twitch was the one that Twitch took. I think I had to give her 6 I think I had a cyst feed. I had to cyst feed fucking Twitch like 6 meals. She just did not want to eat. It was crazy. But, she never fought me on assist feeding her though. It was like it, it was weird. It was almost like she liked and she thought that's the way she was supposed to eat. That I was just gonna pick her up and I was gonna hold her behind, what I would consider where her ears would be if they had ears. Hold her behind her neck, and I know it sounds kind of horrible, but you take the food and I would like wipe it like down the side of her face, and I would catch the lip of her mouth, and her lip would start going up, and then she would, once you started lifting her lip up, she would automatically open her mouth up. And I knew that was coming, so as soon as she opened her mouth up, that's when I'd shove that fucking food, into her mouth, and all I had to do was just get the fucking nose of that fucking rat pot to like the back of her throat, and then like I said, that I would fucking push down on her mouth and her bottom jaw, not real hard, but just enough to where it would get her teeth sunk into it, so she couldn't just push it out, and then she would just swallow it from there. But she got to the point where, yes, Twitch. And she did. It got to the point where it was like, I got to the point where all I'd have to do is touch her on the side of her mouth and she'd open her mouth up. But I couldn't get her to strike the damn food when I offered it to her in her enclosure. But you see, she eats amazing too now. Twitch eats awesome, and so doesn't Phoenix. They both, like I said, Phoenix took about 3 meals. I had to force feed Phoenix like 3 to get her to take her first meals, but then after that she took them all on her own. Same thing with Twitch. After a while, I think she finally realized, I don't need dad to hold me, but I got to the point where I didn't even have to like lift her lip up. I just touched the side of her face and she'd open her mouth up and I'd just shove it in. Oh, she is wicked, and so wasn't Phoenix. Once Phoenix fucking realized, I could take this on my own, they became wicked food motivated. As soon as you show it to them, they make sure real quick that it's food, because they wouldn't just fucking strike anything that you stick in front of them. But it wouldn't take long. Once they realize it's food, it just takes long enough for them to realize it's food in there, and then boom, then they'll take it. But yes, they're not just, strike at anything that you stick, in their enclosure. They were never like that. But that's also why I think they acted like they just didn't want to strike food. Like they didn't want, I don't want to bite. You know what I mean? Like they came out of the egg thinking, oh geez, I'm not supposed to just bite everything. Which is awesome. It was like, they didn't even know, hey, I'm supposed to, that's how I got to eat my food. I've got to like strike it and then swallow it. It was almost like they were like, oh man, I'm a snake, but I don't really want to bite nothing. Because they are super gentle. I mean, for the most part, ball pythons are very gentle. Super gentle. And I think that literally ball pythons only, and this is my opinion because I only fucking deal with ball pythons and boa constrictors, but ball pythons to me, literally, like, rather run away, get away, than stand their ground. I mean, literally. And that's why I say any ball python that is like defensive aggressive. It's not aggressive. I don't mean aggressive by itself. Defensive aggressive is because somebody fucked with that snake. They don't get like defensive aggressive unless, to me, they've had a really bad experience with somebody. And it could be a rat. Somebody feeding fucking live rats, and that rat got fucking, beat the hell out of that snake. Well, that snake's going to think anything besides that rat could be fucking, going to beat him up too. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. But it still stems from a person fucking letting a rat beat that snake up. So it all stems from us. A bad experience with a fucking human, whether it's because the human fucking let a fucking rat just torment and terrorize the snake. Because some ball pythons just don't want to be aggressive, and they don't want to fucking, and I'm saying captive bred. I'm not saying that this is, we're talking about live, wild snakes. I'm talking captive bred. Some captive bred ball pythons scared of movements and anything, whether it's trying to get to them or not. They just don't like that movement. So those snakes aren't necessarily going to be good candidates for live feed. You really want snakes that you're live feeding to not mess around and take that fucking rat rate up. If that fucking rat is running around in there for 10 fucking minutes and your snake isn't even looking like it's interested in it, get that rat the fuck out of there. Because there's no reason you leaving that rat in there longer, than literally 10 minutes. I mean, within 5 minutes, that fucking snake should already be taking that rat up. If the fucking snake doesn't act interested within immediately, and I'm talking looking at it, and you can tell when they are into the food. If it doesn't act interested within fucking the first fucking minute of putting a rat in there, a live rat in there, you should be taking it out and getting it out of there. Because that snake ain't gonna need any longer than seeing that fucking thing drop in there to get put into food mode with a live rat. If they fucking don't show any fucking signs that they want it, get that rat out of there. Because all it's gonna do is beat the fuck out of your snake. Because that snake's not interested in eating that rat. You can tell within minutes, within a minute of dropping a live rat in with a snake, you can instantly tell fucking by that snake's demeanor whether it wants to eat that rat or not. That's the fucking problem with people. And I understand, you got fucking 50 fucking snakes and you feed live and you just want to be able to open the fucking tub and fucking drop a fucking rat in there and go to the next one and continue feeding. Well, that's the wrong way to do it. Literally, you should be fucking sitting there waiting for that snake to fucking take it. And if, like I said, within a fucking minute, it hasn't taken that rat and it's all just huddled up in the fucking back corner, not even acting like it's even interested in it, get that rat out of there. Move on to the next snake. And I know none of you guys, but if somebody watches this video live after the fact, when I post it later, if somebody gets to this point and they fucking see this is for them. I hate fucking live feeding. Yes, you can do it the right way, but most people don't fucking do it the right way. And that's why 90% of everyone fucking will tell you live feeding is a real bad idea. It's a real bad idea. Because you take a chance that your fucking snake eventually is going to get fucked up. Because the food's going to get big enough to where literally it can... And I would say a small rat could kill a fucking snake that's eating small rats. Because if that snake doesn't defend itself, and there are a lot of snakes out there that would rather run away than stand their ground and even defend themselves. Literally. So that rat is going to kick the shit out of that fucking snake. And don't think that a snake wouldn't just sit there and, not defend itself, because they won't. Some of them just won't. They'll just sit there and let that rat tear them up. So, and once they're hurt, it's going to be really hard for that snake to kill that rat if the snake is damaged in any way from that rat already. And rats will go right for their backbone, their head and their back. That's why when you see snakes that people go, oh, this is what happens to when you feed live, you'll always see right down that backbone. They'll fucking chew right, because they're trying to break their back. They're trying to fucking immobilize them. So they'll go for right the back of the fucking head, right there at the neck, or they'll fucking chew right down the back of their backbone. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I couldn't even imagine it. Being fucking stuck in with a fucking mean, vicious rat in an enclosure of some sort. I don't care if it's 8 feet fucking long. You got a fucking rat in there. The body's this fucking long and this fucking big around. I don't give a fuck if it's in an 8-foot enclosure. I wouldn't want to be in there with it. Oh, poor snake. But makes sense to you, Evie? Makes sense to anybody else out there? What the nonsense that I've been talking? I don't find it nonsense. I really do. I mean, and it's common sense to me. Nobody taught me that. It's just common sense, you know. Especially fucking people that have had snakes for any length of time. You know what they look like when they're gonna eat. You can open a tub up and know whether that snake's gonna fucking eat. Instantly. Just in the way that snake acts. If it fucking doesn't even lift its head up and it's all in a ball and it's in the back corner, it has no intention of fucking eating. I'm not saying don't offer it, but I'm saying there's no need to fucking leave any rat in there. You know, you're really just asking for a horror fucking show. It is, and it's horrible for the rat too, and I understand why the rat's defending itself. Fucking, just like fucking, you know, everybody thinks that a snake's gonna do. Not all snakes are gonna defend themselves. Some snakes just don't have it in them. They just want to get away. They don't want to stand their ground. They're too scared to do anything. They just want to run away. But if they're in a fucking enclosure where they can't get away, guess what? That snake's gonna get fucking beat up, possibly killed, fucking go blind, because like I said, the fucking rats will go right for the eyes and the head, and if that's not readily accessible because they're covering their head, then they'll start chewing down their fucking backbone. And I'm telling you, it's just a horrible, horrible scene. If you fucking seen what rats can do to fucking snakes, man, it's just not even worth it. It's not worth it. I don't give a fuck if it's just a cheap $75 fucking normal. It's not worth putting that snake through that or the fucking rat. Because honestly, I've had pet rats before, you know, till I found out that if they're moving around, they're dropping piss, you know. Once I found out that literally if a rat is moving, literally they're dropping droplets of piss on you. And I used to let them run around on me and on my couch and all that. But then when I fucking saw a video where a guy went with a black light or some light showing, you know, this guy in his home because he had pet rats and he let them run around like I did. They had a black light out and you could see the piss droplets everywhere. Because that's GPS for a rat. They leave their fucking scent everywhere that they go so they can backtrack back to find their fucking home and shit and all that. It's like GPS for them. Well, then I see all these people fucking doing the same thing I was. Got them running all over them and, you know, at the kitchen table with them. And I'm like, holy fuck, if you people only fucking knew what I found out, you probably wouldn't. Yes, I still like rats and they were great pets. They really was. But I can't get over that they're fucking pissing on me. Anytime that they're moving around, they're pissing on me. They're leaving a piss trail. You know, I mean, no, I don't like seeing live fucking feed videos, whether it's venomous or what. Honestly, I really wish those weren't even allowed, honestly. Because some people are just fucking weird and get off on that shit. And they're going to buy a snake just because they want to witness that. You know, it's the most horrible thing about keeping snakes for me is the feeding time. To see a docile, you know, so super chill and literally we get to the point where we go, oh, they're never going to ever do anything, you know, vicious or malicious or you know, we never see them like that. But then when you go to feed them and you just see them fucking wham. They're fucking so fast that you finally, we all realize, fuck, if that fucking snake's gonna bite you, you're not gonna be able to get away. It's gonna get you before you can even move away. If you've ever fucking fed a frozen thawed mouse, rat, fed a snake, you know, you realize just how fast they are, and you go, there's no fucking way you're gonna be able to get your hand away. And you shouldn't pull your hand away because you'll bust their teeth. Their teeth aren't like our teeth and super strong and all that. They're actually kind of soft. And if you fucking pull your hand out, you take a chance that you break their fucking teeth off. And normally it leads to fucking mouth infection because they eat you know, food, rats, through their mouth. And if the rat's got anything, you know, bacteria on it or whatever, it can get into that broken off tooth. And then you got to start administering fucking medication to your rats, to your snakes rather. So I always tell everybody, as much and as bad as you want to fucking yank back, you're better off letting your snake bite you and deal with the bite and get the snake to finally let go of you. You know, is a much better chance that you're not gonna mess your snake's mouth up and have to end up taking it to a vet later. Yeah, I feel bad for both of them too. I don't want to see anything struggle. And I don't get off on seeing my snakes. I hate feeding my snakes. I really do. Even frozen thawed. I hate seeing them going from so docile the way they are. Like fucking, there ain't nothing I can do to make them, you know, defensive or bitey. And then to fucking offer them food and just, and like I said, the one peace of mind that I do have is that none of my snakes just come right out and take food. Even my boas. My boas come up and they got to tongue it. They got to tongue it 3 or 4 times and stare at it, and then they'll take it. I don't have any that I just show the rat to, and then they just come and grab it. None of them do that. They all like make sure it's actually food before they strike it. Like they don't want to just fucking bite for the fucking sake of biting something. They want to make sure it's food. And that's the only peace of mind that I get when I do feed my snakes. Because obviously I've been feeding snakes for 5 fucking years. So yes, I'm used to feeding them. But I can still say it's not my favorite fucking thing at all, feeding snakes. I'd much rather open them up and see them so nice and docile and chill the way they always are, as opposed to seeing them get that, you know, that aggressive, that, you know. And they do, once they know that it's food, they get aggressive and they wham and they fucking wrap it right up. And I mean, it is like it's a to-do. It's not like, oh, they got just come up, slowly grab it, and then slowly wrap it up, and then go to the bottom of the tub nice and slow. No, it's fucking bam. It's already wrapped up, and they're fucking, you know, squeezing on it. It's like, it's aggressive. It's a fucking aggressive. The way they eat when they finally, you know, go to take their food, it's aggressive, and it can be really putting off for some. It was putting off for me. I hated seeing them that fast because I, you know, fucking had just been seeing them nice and slow moving and take them out. They're nice and slow moving, and then all of a sudden you feed them and they're fucking wham, fucking one comes out and they're fucking, you know what I mean? Lightning, that's how Lightning got his name, because he was so fast when he took his food, when he finally realized it was food. It was fucking, before I even knew what was going on, he had grabbed it, hauled it back, wrapped it up, and was squeezing it. And I was just like, holy fuck, because I had no idea how fast they were. You know, and he wasn't even very big. He was just a baby, and I couldn't believe how fast he took that, struck it, bit it, and wrapped it. And I mean, it was just amazing. But it also was off-putting to me because I don't like seeing snakes aggressive. But the only time they are is when I feed them. So, but it is, that's the worst part of snake keeping for me is the actual feeding, because I don't like seeing fucking, you know, being aggressive. Because I really don't know any other way to fucking describe it, because it is like, it's so aggressive, almost like a terrorist attack. I mean, literally, the way they grab it is, it's violent. It is. It's fucking violent. I'm glad that they eat, you know, and it's worth, you know, going through that to make sure that they do eat, because it's more important for me that they eat than how I feel about how they take their food. Yeah, I do realize, I did realize in the beginning, because I knew that was going to be the worst fucking part of it, is seeing that snake open its mouth up, because that's scary. To anybody that's scared of snakes, we never want to see that snake open their mouth up. If you ever see a fucking snake, when you're scared of snakes and you see it open its mouth, you can't tell me that it doesn't give you that cringe. You go, oh my God, ooh, fucking look at it. It's like they fucking tell us, just like that we've always been told, they fucking just want to eat us. Look at it. You know, and I don't, in fucking snakes, yeah, the snakes are worried. The ones in the wild. I saved one the other day. We were gassing up, and I got done gassing my bike up. There's like 6 gas pumps all lined up. Yeah, it is funny when they yawn. Like that little, oh, I'm so tired. It's like you've been doing nothing, dude. Fucking look how tired you look. Yeah, it is cool. But yeah, I rescued a little baby garter snake, fucking about that long, down at the gas pumps. We were gassing up, and I guess it came out of a trailer that had a bunch of metal roofing and shit. Because I was sitting there waiting for my buddy to get done, and I see an old guy came out, and he's staring at the pavement. I thought they were looking at my bike at first, because it was in my direction where I was just sitting there. And I thought they were looking at my bike at first, and then I realized, I go, no, he's looking at the ground. And then I looked, and I could see something, but it wasn't moving. And I was just like, oh, I don't know what the fuck they were looking at. And then finally it moved, and it started going. My buddy got done gassing up, and he pulled up. And they're just sitting there looking at the ground, too. So I go and I fucking see it's a fucking little baby snake, and we're right out in the middle of this big parking lot. It's like a grocery store plus fucking gas station on the end. Like I said, it's got 6 or 8 gas pumps, you know. So I was like, well, fuck, this snake's not gonna make it. You know, I fucking probably ought to get it and fucking get it over in the grass and release it, and at least try to give it a good chance of surviving. So it ended up underneath my buddy's bike, and he was going back and forth from one side of his bike, and I get over to that side, and then he'd go back underneath his bike, and he kept getting underneath his foot, because my buddy's sitting on his bike, because he and his old lady are sitting on the bike. So he's got his feet down, well, it keeps going from one foot to the other, and it's so small that it's balled up around where his heel is. You know what I mean? In front of his heel, it kept getting there. So I gotta keep getting it scared out from one boot to the other. And then finally I got it out to where he could move his bike, because he couldn't even move his bike because it was staying like right underneath his bike. It was either right underneath his bike or it was underneath his foot on either side. And then finally we got it to where he could move up. And then fucking I grabbed the snake, because it was fast little fucker. It was only like this long, you know, not even the size of a pencil, you know, big around, but I'm trying to grab it and be gentle. And I finally got the thing up, and the fucking thing's all, you know, in front of me doing all this. It's got about that much of it, in front of my hand where I'm holding it. Well, it fucking comes around one time and like tries to bite me, and it couldn't even get its fucking mouth over my finger. It like bounced its fucking face off my finger because his face was so small. And I walked it over to the grass, and I just put it down and I let it go off. But that was my good deed for the day. But it was funny too, because fucking one of the girls that was sitting there watching it with the old man, that actually had the snake come out of her trailer, Her and her old man were there gassing up, and they had a trailer on the back with like some fucking old metal roofing and shit that they had picked up. Well, I guess the snake had fucking climbed out of their trailer and fell onto the ground, and they knew all about it. Well, I was oblivious to it, but when I was trying to get the snake, I heard my buddy's wife tell the girl, "Oh, he's not afraid of snakes. He's got all kinds of snakes at home." Again, so it was funny to hear that somebody was worried and thought that, "Oh my God, he's not afraid of that snake. It was this fucking big." And then my friend's wife goes, "No, he's got all kinds of snakes. He raises snakes." Hey Siri, what's happening, buddy? Yeah, no, fucking. But I felt good because I helped that snake. Because I guarantee you, either it would have got ran over or it would have run into an asshole human that would have just killed it, because there are probably more people out there that think good snake, only good snake is a dead snake, as opposed to people like me now that go, geez, snakes have their place in the world too. Should really leave them alone and should give them more respect than a lot of the other animals, because they got no arms, they got no legs, they only got their mouth to get them through life. I'm not saying that other animals' fucking lives are any less important because they got four legs. I'm just saying, any animal that fucking has to survive with no arms and no legs, fucking, probably ought to fucking be respected a little bit more, considering for what the animal is. Fucking the only way it's got to fucking survive and defend itself is its mouth. Got no legs, And that's why I'm convinced that snakes aren't stupid. Because if snakes were as stupid as people want to say they are, how the fuck do they survive? You wouldn't survive with no arms and no fucking legs. I wouldn't survive. I'd probably be the first motherfucker that gets stomped on. I mean, an animal has no way of defending itself and even doing anything for itself other than with its mouth. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. To me, they got to be a lot smarter than people fucking let on, because they're surviving. Nice. It's awesome. It's always fucking awesome feeling when they move up, when they go up on food. I remember, man. Fucking without a doubt, those, little leaps and bounds. Fucking, it's a big deal. Congratulations. They are smart. I'm not saying they're fucking smart like a dog, but for the size of their brain and for not having any arms and legs, they manage to fucking, do a lot better than I fucking think that people give them credit for. People just don't fucking stop and think that literally they got no arms and no legs and they still survive. They do it because they're not fucking stupid. I've seen stupid animals, and snakes to me don't act stupid. Normally, their first thing that you notice of a snake, if you see a snake, it's trying to get away from you. It's not charging us. It's not coming after us. Yes, I've had snakes, post up and then literally do what I consider kind of like chasing me. But it was after the fact that I fucked with the snake and it made it feel like, hey, I got to defend myself in the wild, not my snakes. But I'm saying wild snakes. I've had snakes come after me and keep coming after me as I'm backing up. And I know, snakes that didn't chase you. Oh, actually it did. Because when you're out in the wide open and I'm backing up and the fucking thing still chooses to come at me, it's not because, it's in a narrow alley and it only has the one way to go. No, it can go in 360 degree direction, but it chooses to keep coming my direction. That's chasing you, that's following you, that's coming after you. Yes, I've had snakes do that. And people go, oh, yeah, right, that fucking snake did. They will. If you fucking piss them off bad enough, they will. They'll post up and they'll come at you. And they'll keep coming at you until you fucking get far enough away where they don't feel you're a threat anymore. But it could be they have babies too. I don't know what the situation was in that snake other than I was fucking with it. I was trying to kill it. Literally, I was trying to kill it. Years ago, I was trying to kill the fucking thing and it fucking posted up and then it started coming at me, like towards me, and then I got out in the driveway off the lawn and it came into the driveway at me. So, yeah, snakes are smart. No, they're not going to build a rocket and all that, but for what they are, snakes are smarter than people realize. Evie realizes it. No, my snakes don't know exactly what night they're supposed to eat, but they know what time of night that I do feed, because all these snakes, if I come in here at 7:30 and I open fucking tubs up at between 7:30 and 8:30 at night, you're going to see a food reaction. You're going to see them lift their head up and be looking for food to come in. But that's why I only open tubs up that I am feeding during that time, because I don't want it to feel like my other snakes are getting teased. And they don't give a fuck that they're not being fed. Come 10 o'clock, I come in here and I go through all the tubs. Nobody's in food mode at 10 o'clock. Nobody. I can reach right in, take them out. Nobody's in food mode. But if I go through any of these tubs at 7:30 to 8:30 at night, they're all going to be cocked up looking to see if food's coming in. Because they know what time of night I normally feed if I'm feeding. And yes, they do know, because sometimes I have fucking snakes that I'll have to feed, say last night, that one don't fucking eat. Then I go to Wednesday's snakes and see which ones are supposed to eat the Wednesday coming up after Monday. And then I'll offer those snakes that food. If I ever have any refusals, I just offer. So those snakes on Wednesday don't know that, oh, it's not Wednesday night. It's not that they fucking realize. It's the time of night that they realize, that they concentrate on. And if the fucking tub opens up between 7:30 and 8:30 at night, on any night, they're looking to see if food's coming in. Raven too. Raven, same thing. If I open Raven up at 7:30, she's going to come out like she normally does at 10 o'clock at night. She's going to come out. She's going to, poop out, because it ploop out. Ploop, not poop out. Ploop. Like plop, plop, ploop. I call it ploop. Well, when I open her up, fucking her nose is right there. So, and I mean, literally, when I go to fucking pull this out, I can already see her nose right at that crack. And as soon as I open it up, she comes out and just sits her head right on the ridge of that tub right there. She'll go poop. And then she just sits there and watches me. Well, she does the same thing at 10 o'clock that she'll do at 7:30, 8 o'clock if I open her up. The only difference is I normally only open her up 7:30, 8:30 at night if I'm going to feed her. I don't ever just open tubs up during that time unless I plan on offering them food. But come 10 o'clock, they're fucking boom. They're in food mode. None of them are in food mode at 10 o'clock at night, because they know I never feed 10 o'clock or after. I just don't. If I come home late now, I don't even feed them that night. If it's after fucking 7:30, 8 o'clock, fucking a night that they're supposed to eat, I won't feed them that night. I'll feed them the following night, fucking between 7:30 and 8:30. And they'll eat like it's no big deal. Like fucking, they won't even realize they should have eaten the day before. It's the time of day. It's that's more important to my snakes as opposed to what day it is. It's the time of night. that they realize. And I don't ever go in any tubs between 7:30 and 8:30 unless I plan on offering them food. Because I know the ones, like I said, if one doesn't fucking eat, I'll offer one on Wednesday night, or say it's Wednesday night and some snake refuses, and I look to Saturday night snakes that are supposed to eat, and then I'll go offer them. But let me be clear, when I open that tub up of the snake that's supposed to eat the next night after, or the next food night, they're already ready for that fucking rat. They're just fucking waiting for that tub to open up, because they know if I open that tub up between 7:30 and 8:30, they are right there waiting for that food. They're not just going to come out and grab it as soon as I put it in front of them. They're still going to have to tongue it, make sure it's food. But once they know it's food, then it's on. Then they grab it and they're fucking done. But they're already looking to see if food's coming in, if it's fucking between 7:30 and 8:30 at night. Clockwork. It really is. And that's why I say it's really important that you keep your food times. What's happening, Jackie? It's really important if you keep your food times around the same time. I always feed 7:30 to 8:30. If I have to fucking feed later than that or earlier than that, I just won't feed that night. I'll feed the following night during them hours, because it's just easier, because they're already ready. They're already thinking, hey, food's coming in. You know what I mean? So, but that takes smarts. That all goes back to snakes aren't stupid. I mean, they know what time of day. Fucking dogs can't tell time. But my dog knows when my wife comes home for lunch. He knows what time of day she comes home, in the evening for the end of the day. He knows when she comes home for the night. Because my wife works so close to home that she can come home at lunchtime. But he knows about fucking anywhere from about 12:15, not 12:15, 12:30 to 1:15. He will start listening, and any little noise that he hears, he thinks that it could be my wife coming, because he knows what time she comes. He can't read the time. He can't read a clock, but he knows what time of day it is, just because they have a way of figuring that out. Just like snakes have a way of knowing if you are consistent on your fucking food time, and you always feed within an hour, of, say, like me, it's 7:30 to 8:30 is when I normally feed. So during those times, if I open their tub up, they're in food mode. No matter whether it's their night to feed or not, it's the time that they concentrate on, a time of day. And I always feed at night. They're nocturnal. I know people feed during the day and they get away with it, but your snakes are more apt to be in food mode if you feed in the evening, because that's normally the way they feed in the wild too, because they're nocturnal. Mine snakes aren't normally up hanging out and partying during the day. It's at night. It's at night that they're up fucking wrecking their fucking tubs and, got their paper towel all fucked up. It's overnight. It's overnight that I get messy tubs, and I'm talking about, well, not just in, most of my snakes fucking go in the evening, the bathroom. They'll pee or poop in the evening or first thing in the morning. They don't normally go during the day, because they're normally sleeping during the day. It's when they're active in the evening is when my snakes normally go. But that's anywhere after 8 o'clock is evening to me. So a lot of my snakes will go to the bathroom. My device is overheating. My Roku. Oh, my Roku's overheating. My Roku was overheating because I had that blanket over it. And now my TV's off. Oh, it came unplugged. Fuck it. I can read off the fucking phone. I'm not probably fucking gonna be on here much longer. Good morning, Jackie. No, they get their own clock. Oh, you guys just showed up. I'm 13 days out from taking plastic off my first clutch. Well, my first clutch for this season. And then it's 5 to 10 days after that, and I should get babies. Hey, what's happening, Dale? Hope you're feeling better. But I got 2 clutches in there. This one's like, I don't know, 2 weeks behind that clutch. 3 weeks behind. 2 to 3 weeks behind. That one just came in not too long ago. But that clutch has been in there, we're 13 days from taking press and seal off from that clutch right there. So August 4th, the press and seal comes off, and then it's 5 to 10 days. Should have a pip at least by then. And then, like I said, the other ones are like 3 weeks out. 3 weeks going in from when that first clutch went in. The only 2 females I paired this year. I paired 2 because you never guarantee that you're gonna get anything. So I paired 2 females, hoping that at least one would go for me, and I got lucky, and I got both females that I paired, both laid. And the first clutch fucking laid, like, I want to say within a month and a half. It was quick. Put it this way, I only paired the first clutch that's in there. I only paired them like 3 to 4 times, and boom, it seemed like I got ovulation within a fucking month. And then it was 30 days from there. Literally like 2 fucking months I got eggs from that female. Like, I hit it almost perfect, or I would call it close enough to perfect on lepra. That when I thought she was building follicles, she actually was, and had built them fucking enough to where within the first probably 2 pairings, she probably got, fertilized. The male probably did his job that after probably the second or third fucking pairing. But I think I paired those guys like 5 times, and then I stopped. And then I saw what I called an ovulation, and I called it right, because and I called her right on her fucking last shed. I said, this should be her pre-lay shed, and 33 days later, boom, we had eggs. I literally opened her tub up and was shooting alive. Didn't really expect it, but I had opened her tub up and was showing her, and she was spitting a fucking egg out as I was doing my live. So that was pretty fucking cool. I knew she was due coming right up, but I fucking didn't realize that was the day when I was shooting alive. When I opened her tub up and picked her fucking hide up, she had her first egg half out of her butthole. So that was pretty cool, because I got to show it. But she's not like defensive shy, but she's one of my shyer snakes. So I didn't really want to sit there and show her, spitting them out. It's too bad, because if I was home when Feisty actually laid hers, I was home when Feisty laid hers. That's how I was able to get her. She went back on food the night after laying her eggs. The next night after this girl laid eggs, I got her to take a medium wrap. But it's because I was home when she laid, so the egg smell didn't get really a chance to really start fucking getting a hold in this rack. Because you get rid of that egg smell and you can get them right back on food, but you got to get the egg smell off them and out of their tub and out of that rack to get them back on food. As long as you can get them not thinking about eggs and all that, they'll go back on food. But lepra, I was gone. I was gone that day riding, and my wife said she had started laying at lunchtime. And I didn't get home till like 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. And by the time I got home, her eggs had started getting dry. They weren't dried out, but if you know what I'm talking about, they're like leathery. They don't get hard shelled like chicken eggs and shit like that. It's like a leather. like a thick leather. But in the beginning, it's got some moisture to them. Almost, it feels kind of like fucking when they shed. You know, if you get a fresh shed that's just come off them, it's kind of wet. You know, it's a weird wet though. It's not like a, if you guys have fucking felt, like when the sheds, when they recently have shed, they're like moist, but it's like a sticky kind of moist. Whatever. But anyway, the eggs in the very beginning are moist, and they feel like they've got a layer of moisture of some sort on them, kind of slimy, wet. You know what I mean? Like the sheds are. You know what I mean? Not really. I don't know how to fucking. But that's the best way I can describe it, is like a fresh shed that's just come off your snake. It's kind of moist. You know, well, the eggs are like that when they first come out, but the longer you fucking are, you know, getting to the eggs and pulling them apart and separating them and all that, the fucking outside of the egg gets to be like a harder leather. You know, it still stays pliable, but it's a fucking harder. You can tell that the moisture's gone off the egg, and they come apart a lot harder, like they're fucking glued, like really glued together when you separate them. But that was because I wasn't home for a long time. So her egg smell got to fucking sit in her enclosure and in her tub. So even though I cleaned her out just the way I did Feisty, but because Feisty's eggs weren't sitting in with her eggs as long as Lepra was, she went right back on food. Because I was able to get that fucking scent of the eggs right out of her enclosure, because she didn't really sit in there very long with those eggs. Oh, Life's home. So that's why it took a little longer to get Lepra off, because that's what also happened with my first two snakes, my first two clutches, is I waited so long that the eggs had started, you know, drying out to the point where the egg smell had really gotten into the enclosures and all that. So it took me 3 to 4 days, I think, to get those females, my first two clutch females. So I'll tell the wife that you guys all said hi. I'm out of here. I've been on here for a few hours now, so. But if it's raining tomorrow, I'll be back probably around 10:30 in the morning. All right, hope everybody has a good day. Thank you for watching, and thank you for joining me. I hope everybody has an awesome rest of the day. Hope you feel better, Dale. All right, Skeeter, I'll try to catch it tonight. We see you, Siri. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Jackie, if you're still here, thank you. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Evie. All right, everybody be good. Thank you, Skeeter. Everybody be good. And if you can't be good at it. Cheers. I'll give it a second. See you later, Jackie.